absolutely ridiculous. They are blaming everyone except the law and order machinery in Uttar Pradesh. It's no more a story of rape or violating a woman's dignity. The sordid tale of UP rapes has now stunned many all across the globe. But when the world is taking notice of it, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh Yadav, and his father, Mulayam Singh Yadav, are displaying complete apathy. Instead of making the very state which gave them this massive mandate safe, they are telling you and me and women who are feeling unsafe and insecure to mind their own business. Take a look at this.
Defiant, insensitive, shameless. As the rape count rises, Samajwadi Party heads are clearly showing the way to the police officers and the administrators in their state. Their message has always been loud and clear. Rapes are a woman's shame, while boys will be boys.
रेप में फांसी दी जाएगी? 3 लड़के हैं, गलती हो जाती है।
ना होती तो उसका प्रचार बहुत होता है।
Is UP a fit case for President's rule then?
UP qualifies as a failed state. The law and order has collapsed entirely. Any sort of dispensation, such a government would have been dismissed.
Badaयूं is angry. Badaयूं is demanding justice. Badaयूं wants a no repeat of the brutal incident that shook the nation and the world.
आज वो उनके साथ हुआ है, कल को हमारी बेटियां के साथ भी ऐसा हो सकता है।
अखिलेश यादव कह रहे हैं कि ऐसी घटनाएं तो होती रहती हैं, सारे देश में होती है।
ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। अखिलेश यादव ये झूठ कह रहे हैं।
क्या करे?
फांसी हो जाए, मतलब क्या चाहते हैं? फांसी हो जाए उसकी।
And to tell us that only rapes happening in Uttar Pradesh are being highlighted doesn't help the situation at all.
I think so many in India, we were horrified to learn of these violent sexual assaults and murders. Our thoughts are with the victims' families during this difficult time. And as we've said, changing laws and changing attitudes is hard work.
The brutes are out there. They're hunting down women and little kids. Predators, they lurk in shadows. Only the Chief Minister and his family are blind, even as the victims howl in pain, even as their relatives complain of their agony.
जिसका गुप्तांग जो है फट गया है और ब्लड आना शुरू किया तो मैं थाने गया हूँ और उसके बाद थाने से हमको लोकल लेकर।
A young woman forced to drink acid in Bareilly. Badaयूं rerun in Sitapur, where a minor was hung from a mango tree for resisting marriage with a middle-aged man. Another rape in a hospital in Allahabad. A minor's private parts badly ruptured in Deoria. But it is all a media concoction, right, Mr. Chief Minister?
जहाँ घटना होती है, मैंने कई बार कहा आपको, कि जब घटना होती है तो उसका प्रचार बहुत होता है और ये घटनाएं केवल उत्तर प्रदेश में नहीं हो रही हैं।
Bureau Report headlines today.
Has the Uttar Pradesh government given enough proof of the fact that they're simply not up to the task of managing affairs of Uttar Pradesh? And is it a ripe case for Article 355 or 356 to be invoked by the centre? Joining us on centre stage tonight, Siddharth Nath Singh, spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party, Vasundhara Pathak Masudi, advocate of the Supreme Court, well-known civil rights activist, also Dr. Ranjana Kumari, director of the Centre for Social Research, and Madhu Gupta, national secretary of the Samajwadi Party. I want to go across first to Madhu Gupta. And I also want to go across to Vasundhara Pathak Masudi. To you, Ms. Masudi, first. Do you think in the manner in which first the son, then the father, now the uncle, are virtually insulting the intelligence of people watching our broadcast tonight, insulting the women of Uttar Pradesh and suggesting somehow that it is television and media which is to blame? Do you think it just shows how completely incapable they are of securing and protecting women, and therefore it's time for them to go?
At the outset, Rahul, let me begin by saying that it is not only outrageous of them, condemnable of them, it's really unconstitutional statements that have been given, especially by the person who is holding a constitutional office, the very constitution by virtue of which he has been elected by a democratic process, and he behoves by this particular constitution to work for the safety and security of women. Now when we come back to the issue of what the people think about it, let me salute the fourth estate for bringing such issues to the light in this hour of darkness, so that people are well aware and the public opinion is being formed. And when we talk about Article 356, yes, of course, this has to be a particular reason or a provision. I suppose that the Constitution should undergo an amendment where the provisions of constitutional breakdown should include that where the women are not safe and secure, and repeatedly one after the other at an alarming rate, women are being raped, or they are being eve-teased, or they are not secured, the state should be declared as a constitutionally broken down
as a
state.
fit case for President's rule to be imposed. Madhu Gupta for the Samajwadi Party is with us. Ms. Gupta, you're a woman yourself, and I'm really interested in knowing what you make of Ram Gopal Yadav's statements, Mulayam Singh's statements, Akhilesh's statements. They are insulting women. They are not being able to provide security and safety, and instead of introspecting and acting against the guilty, they seem to be blaming everyone but the state government of Uttar Pradesh. Ms. Gupta.
Rahul, first of all, let me clarify that this is a social evil. If rapes are happening, if molestation, atrocity on women, crime on women, which is happening, if you see, all over the world, anywhere on the earth it happens, it's a shame on humanity, shame on every one of us. And we should solve this problem out by punishing the culprit.
But there is a perverse mindset at play, Ms. Gupta. This is not about what's happening elsewhere in the world. We're discussing specifically the case of Uttar Pradesh, and what is warped is the mindset of Samajwadi Party leaders. They say pornography is to blame. They say the media is to blame. They say you're focusing only on Uttar Pradesh. They're seeing these ghost conspiracy theories where they don't exist when they're unable to protect the women of Uttar Pradesh, ma'am.
Yes, I would like to clarify, Rahul. What he said for the media is that everyone does his own or her own job. The politicians do their job, the media does their job, whether it's a good,
well, the media is doing its job, Ms. Gupta. The media is taking up these issues, and it is the job of the Samajwadi Party government to secure the women of Uttar Pradesh, which you are not being able to do, madam, and therein lies the problem.
No. You do your job. Media does their job. The politicians do their job. So, you know,
well, the politician's job seems to be in denial, to be brazen in defiance. That seems to be the job of the Akhilesh government at this time, madam.
Pardon, I couldn't hear you.
I am saying denial, delusion, defiance. That seems to be the job of the Akhilesh government at this time.
Denial or affirmative view is the question how we should solve the problem. And the problem at the Uttar Pradesh, the government is trying their best to solve the problem out, as you could see.
No, all we are seeing is justifications for what's happening. This is not the best that can be done. I want to go across to Ranjana Kumari. Ms. Kumari, you're hearing from a woman representative of the Samajwadi Party. She is defending and justifying the statements made by Ram Gopal Yadav, Mulayam Yadav, and also Akhilesh Yadav. What do you want to tell Madhu Gupta, who seems to see nothing wrong in saying, you do your job, let the SP government do theirs?
Rahul, I started the sentence.
Just one second, I want to hear from Ranjana Kumari.
Part of the problem, I think, Madhuji, please listen to...
Just one by one, allow me to moderate this debate. As of now, let Ranjana Kumari speak.
You cannot defend the indefensible. There is absolutely no way you can really defend malgovernance, misgovernance, no governance. UP is a failed state under the leadership of Akhilesh Yadav and the Yadav clan, the Yadav family, which is trying to rule. Just by family they are trying to rule Uttar Pradesh. Secondly, Ram Gopal also said it is a question Mansik Vikriti. Madhu Gupta is also saying, so what is Mulayam Singh Yadav doing? He is abating the Mansik Vikriti. He is the one who is responsible, not the media. He is the one who says boys will be boys. That means in a way the same mindset, the social mindset they are talking about, instead of instilling any kind of fear in the minds of the goons and the gundas, instead of trying to convey the message that rapists will be put to real trial and will be punished, instead of saying that this is intolerable crime in UP, he is trying to aid and abet the mindset.
Oh, absolutely. No, we've seen enough condemnation.
So what
we've seen a lot of anger. Will we also see some action? I want to go across to Siddharth Nath Singh from the BJP. Is the BJP contemplating, Siddharth, the possibility of imposing Section 355 or Article 356 of the Constitution in Uttar Pradesh, dismissing the state government for its inability to protect the people of Uttar Pradesh. Siddharth. Yes, Siddharth.
Rahul, it's a very complex question and it cannot be answered by me. But certainly the situation in Uttar Pradesh warrants a very serious action. And what I am aware of, the central government, the Home Ministry is very serious. They have asked some tough questions. They have spoken to the governor. Now we are monitoring it. And we would like, because they have got a mandate in democracy from the people of UP, we would like to force them and remind them that they have a task on their hand. They need to bring law and order, and particularly on the rapes, they have to take serious action. Now, if they don't, then I cannot say much, but yes, there are chapters in the Constitution, and you need to turn the pages, and you may come to a position where a rarest of a rare case happens. But we in the government, as a party, we do not like to use 355 or 356 on every given situation. But yes, the UP situation has become very serious, and we would like the government to take serious action.
No, but let me counter this, Siddharth, by saying that if you were to for a moment look at it from the perspective of the Samajwadi Party government, which believes that this is a conspiracy hatched by the BJP to bring their government down, and in their defense they say the incidence of rape in Madhya Pradesh is more than the incidence of rape in Uttar Pradesh. If you just look at the per capita rape, it's more in Madhya Pradesh than it is in Uttar Pradesh, and therefore if rape is a criteria, Shivraj Singh Chauhan's government must go today, and after that questions must be asked of Akhilesh Yadav. Is that not fair? Is that not correct? Especially if you believe that conditions in Uttar Pradesh are such where your government at some point in time might need to consider imposing Article 355 or 356, Siddharth?
No. Well, Rahul, let me put, I don't like to defend or on the basis of statistics and throwing statistics on such a serious matter. It is not mathematics we are doing. It's a matter is the rape and what the government should be doing. I'm not defending anything, but let me put this. These statistics came from a crime bureau and which was compiled for 2012. Subsequently, it was released only in 2013 in the month of June. But yes, there are certain preventive measures which the government of Madhya Pradesh has taken. Now, these preventive measures can be spoken, and they relate to the training of the police. It relates to schooling the boys and telling them what it is, what is right, what is wrong. There are empowerment things which have been done with the women like Ladli Lakshmi and many other things. And let me put, there is an NGO which has been really behind, and they have been accusing us or very critical about us. They have started saying that, look, there are preventive measures which the Shivrajji's government has brought, and things would improve when we look at the statistics of 2013-2014. Having said that, it's not that I'm trying to defend. The issue is, what is the government doing in Uttar Pradesh? That is the big question.
I accept that. I want to ask this question to Madhu Gupta, because if, for example, there is a rape in Madhya Pradesh, the one thing you do not see, Madhu Gupta, is Shivraj Singh Chauhan being in denial, brazening it out, or suggest that the men are at fault. Boys will be boys. When there is a problem, Shivraj Singh Chauhan accepts it, and Siddharth is saying he's trying to do what he can to try and set it right. Instead, what we see from Akhilesh Yadav, from Ram Gopal Yadav and from Mulayam is brazen defiance. They're justifying what's happening with absolutely ridiculous comments like suggesting boys will be boys and they will go out and rape girls, and too bad, nothing can be done about it. Madhu Gupta, there's a big difference between the attitude of the chief ministers of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Madhu Gupta?
For molestations, if the I mean, it's not a denial. The solution has been taken. You know, as you know, in Badaयूं, the police officers has been suspended. FIR has been put to lodge, and there have been arrests. And wherever the cases like this have been there, the problems are trying to be solved.
No, but it is the mindset, Madhu Gupta. I don't think you're getting, I'm not getting through to you at all. It is the mindset that is the problem. Let me quote to you what Ram Gopal Yadav said, Madhu, when you're a woman. You would empathize with the plight of women over there. Listen, please, ma'am, just listen to me before you answer. In many places, when the relationship between girls and boys comes out into the open, it is termed as rape. In many places, boys and girls are ready to marry, but on a killings take place. The most saddening and serious thing is that such incidents are not stopping. These incidents happen in other places but are not highlighted. He is essentially saying that boys and girls are together. When the relationship goes sour, it is termed as rape. Now that is an absolutely ridiculous suggestion, Ms. Gupta.
Meant was that the innocent people who are trapped by the mischievous people or by the misidentity should be saved and taken care of, and the people who are culprit should be punished. No, you can put it in any way, but the actual meaning of this is the culprit should only be punished, not the innocent.
Madam, you're not coming to the... just one second. Ms. Masoodi, despite Ms. Gupta being a woman who comes from the Samajwadi Party, she's afflicted by the same problem. She doesn't seem to understand the problem of the perverse male patriarchal mindset that seems to be percolating all the way down from right at the top of the Yadav hierarchy all the way down to their men in the villages. Ms. Masoodi, how do you respond to what Madhu Gupta is saying in defense of her government in Lucknow?
Rahul, what would you expect from a spokesperson of a party that has been objecting to the passage of Women's Reservation Bill? The party which has already exposed its anti-women mindset much earlier. What would you expect from the members of that party, Rahul?
Ranjana Kumari, how do you respond to all the responses we are seeing from Madhu Gupta?
Well, I think, Rahul, the whole idea today of a nation which is losing its pride in front of the whole global community, because even today the Secretary General of United Nations has made a statement. He himself has termed it as horrifying. Now what kind of a nation are we living in where women are not protected? It's because of UP, it's because of Yadav clan, it's because of Mulayam Singh Yadav and his son Akhilesh Yadav that globally India's image has been tarnished. They must understand that unless they are coming up with any kind of, and also I don't understand about central government's attitude, because Prime Minister Mr. Modi made that statement that first one of the priority of his government would be to provide safety and security of women. Now here is a state, the largest state in the country, where they got the maximum number of seats. Women are not safe district by district by district. We are hearing cases of brutality and more horrendous brutality and cases of more horrendous rapes. But you know, still there is some kind of a contemplation going on, some kind of a report being sought. So what is state of emergency? Women's lives are not, and women being raped, brutalized,
okay, I'm out of time,
hanged to death.
So I must end this program.
Dalits have been raped
no,
and
because it's not quite as simple as that either, Ranjana Kumari. If Narendra Modi were to act tomorrow and dismiss the democratically elected government of Uttar Pradesh, there would be a furor over that as well. So it's a matter that needs to be handled very, very delicately, and that's obviously only the option of the last resort. In the meanwhile, pressure must be applied on the Uttar Pradesh government to get their act in order.
Not a priority.
I'm out of time.
Rahul, lives and dignity are not a priority. That cannot become an emergency.
Rahul.
Yes, Ms. Masoodi, I'm out of time, so you have only 10 seconds.
Yeah, when Ranjana ji says it's an emergency, and if you go by the definition of emergency, it means that it needs and attracts utmost attention by each and everyone.
What you are
and when
asking,
she refers to Prime Minister
people would like that to happen.
That he said that women's issues would be taken, the protection and security of the women.
Okay, Siddharth, we are out of time, so just 10 seconds. Ms. Masoodi, you've had your 10 seconds.
Okay. That the matter has to be dealt seriously.
Okay, so I'm going to end this debate over here.
Siddharth Nath Singh has been in the office.
Vasundhara Masoodi, Madhu Gupta, Ranjana Kumari for joining us. No, it is correct. that Narendra Modi made a promise that he would ensure that women are safe. And he said, Achhe Din will come for all of Uttar Pradesh. People are giving up hope in the government of Akhilesh Yadav and the Samajwadi Party. Can he act? The constitution allows the central government to step in if they believe that there is a state of emergency, if law and order is broken down. Is this an adequate case? Can he act? That's the question that the BJP is now contemplating. We would, in the meanwhile, Siddharth, like to hear from Narendra Modi. He hasn't spoken at all. For a chief minister who says he's for a prime minister who says he's communicative, he hasn't spoken at all about Badayu. We'd like to hear from him and what his government intends to do, because the promise of Achhe Din was a promise for all of India, and it didn't say that UP is excluded. I end this debate over here. News and updates continue when we come back on the other side.